What's up, everybody? This is your boy J.I. And we're going to go all the way down 95. And we're going to see our boy right there. His name is...
Man, Richie Rich, CEO of Slut Gang, is in the building.
And right here next to me, my boy always there. My boy
T Scott. What up? What up? What up? What up?
And right here...
yeah. Y'all play too much.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
luckily today we have two amazing guests. We have HeSaidSheSaid in the house. Give them a round of applause.
Yo, what up, fam?
What up, y'all?
From the Love and Abundance Group podcast. They are here live in person. We are glad to have you here tonight. I was like, when you said you would come on the show, I was like, good. We need somebody to balance out this crazy because we get a little wild sometimes. So we need somebody to balance out. And we also want to give a shout out to the lovely Miss Sheila in the Peanut Gallery over there. What's up?
Want to say what's up to Christy.
Hey, what's up, Christy? You came in right on the button, huh?
Good evening.
All right. Welcome. So, as you know, the first thing we do on this podcast is we toast to a good show. So we're going to grab our cups, grab whatever you drink. It doesn't have to be alcoholic. I prefer mine to be. And we're going to put them in the air, and we say two things: a good show, clink, clink,
drink.
That's some high quality H2O. So we're going to go around the horn, and we're just going to ask everybody, so what have you been up to since the last time you were in these podcast streets? So for me, I'm gonna go first for a change. That way I can shorten the show because I always talk the most on this part. But it was a pretty quiet week. I did have a couple events this weekend. One of them got canceled, but you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. You know, I was doing a lighting seminar and nobody registered. I guess they like sucky lights. So, you know, that's happened sometimes. But I hosted the wonderful Urban Lux Realty event on Sunday. Let's give it up to Yolanda Brown and her team. They came through.
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
Realty Company. If you need a realtor, you looking for a house, you looking for something to buy, you know, you out in those streets. Because if you're in the market for a house now, you really want to buy a house. Because them interest rates is crazy.
Yes, they are.
So
Yeah,
if
they
you
are.
buying a house right now, you want a house. It's not no other thing. So, but I will definitely give you her information. She's amazing. Her team is amazing, and you know they don't just try to put you in anything. They do even new builds. So they will build a house for you from the ground up. So big shout out to them. And of course, that debacle of a game yesterday. Oh goodness, what were the Ravens and Orioles doing? You know, it was a bad day to be in Baltimore. And the Maryland Terrapins lost on Saturday. It was just not a good Maryland sports weekend. So it was hard, but we made it through. And now we're on Monday, and I'm here, and we're ready for the podcast. So let's go next. Who wants to go next? What you been doing in these podcast streets, Scott?
Well, first of all, shout out my man Roland Nelson in the comments. What's going on, man? Working, shooting. You know, speaking of 95, I was up in PA most of the weekend. Two of our models that we work with, our colleagues, had an event up at the farm. So I was out there on Saturday, and then they took over. Oh, okay.
Just so we can see the comments.
Hey, look, I'm old. I thought I was tripping out. Anyway,
You were.
Yeah, took over an old dead mall up in Philly yesterday. So
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I never shot a closed down mall before.
Well, they wasn't closed down. It's just dead.
Oh.
I mean, it's like it's just dead. No, it's still open. It's still open.
Still operative.
Okay.
You ain't never
I
shut
mean,
up
The
Versatile Plaza. No.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, crazy.
Security.
I mean, security looked at me, kept on going.
Mm.
Janitors looked at me, kept on going.
As long as you weren't going in the few stores stealing, they were good.
Vagrants looked at me, kept on going.
He probably still would have did the same thing. God damn.
Did you pay for that? Fuck it.
Yeah, whatever.
At all.
Okay.
So yeah, you know, other than that, that's pretty much it.
All right, let's just boogie on down the line. Mr. HeSaid. So
Yeah,
what
man.
have you been doing this past week? What's been up with you?
Regular stuff. Fulfilled our obligation to our streams. Me on the both of us on Thursday, me on Saturday, the missus on Sunday, of course. And we had a birthday. We celebrated a birthday this past week. Our daughter turned 23 years old.
Oh, happy birthday.
23.
So
23 Jordan year.
Absolutely. So that's the most the biggest part and the biggest highlight of our past week, and we just thankful to see her grow and to become the mature young lady that she is, and to always be there for her if she needs us. It's a great thing. It's a great feeling.
That's definitely a plus. And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That was the picture I said happy birthday on, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful young
She's
lady.
doing her
Y'all
thing.
raised the gym. And I know she's got her head on right with those parents. So
Listen.
we're going. Well, he sort of answered for you, but because you were
He has
together.
his own answer.
But
I've been cultivating a little mind because our youngest is 9, so I homeschool that one. So that's a lot of work.
okay.
A lot of prep. And it's pretty rewarding, I have to say. It's pretty.
Is this the
rewarding.
first one you homeschooled?
I would say yes, up until they went to school. So homeschool was always something that was instilled until they went to school. So that's why the transition was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But this one, since the pandemic, we chose to not send her back.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was 1st grade. So now we're in 4th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They grow up quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They grow up quick. So
Rich.
Oh man, listen. I just been going through it, just like personal life, family. So I just been staying to myself, chilling, you know.
No projects?
Spread. Yeah. Still rocking with my man Tone with Second Chance Project. We still filming that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. I've been chilling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real Lipstick Vibes is in the house. What's up?
Hey.
What up,
Hey,
sis?
sis.
What's up? How you doing tonight? Let me cut off my ringer because I'm being really rude. But usually, this is what happened. I always keep my ringer on when we have guests because they have to get in the building. But you guys I gave you my phone number, so I forgot to cut it off. So now we're good. Those bitches don't want me. So it's time, I guess. Wow, because that was short because we don't have somebody here tonight.
Wow.
But
Okay.
that took little or no time.
Bang,
So
bang.
You need Jesus.
I do.
Oldie
I'm
but
sorry.
goodie. Okay.
But here we go. We're moving right along. So it's everybody's favorite time. Flowers or powder for you. That's right, everybody. It's time for your favorite portion of the show. It's flowers or powder. And every week we have, I'll tell you how the show goes, how it goes. So this is how flowers or powder goes.
man.
This is how it goes.
If you've had an amazing time, someone has done something extraordinarily out of their way to do something kind or loving to you, you can give them flower. Give them flowers because we want you to give your flowers while they are yet here to smell them. But if you have that neighbor who plays like cantor music at 4:45 in the morning
In a language you don't speak,
for no reason,
it does donuts in the street.
or you have that neighbor who for some unknown reason decides to fix his flat tire at 3:30 in the morning,
Or crashes into parked cars.
you can give them powder.
I'm so glad he spelled that right.
Oh, wait a minute. If you were sitting here, you would be getting it. So don't think.
Wow.
Stop it. We are this way in person, or
Happy belated to you.
we
bro.
are this way. So
Bruh.
That's why he late. He on his birthday shit. Birthday behavior.
Man.
we love you, man. We understand. We're not trying to rush you.
We still gonna roast you though.
Yeah,
It's still gonna happen.
like a cleaned out pig on a southern farm.
Hey,
We're
listen.
gonna roast the hell out of you. You got a pig. You gotta cook. You gotta cook.
Can we put Van Gogh's comment back on the screen?
The first one?
That's
him
his
too.
That's his too.
Pause.
Pause. Hey, yo.
Slap, grab, choke, shut up, bitch, sex.
When he get where he's going,
So
outside of here.
take your time, get here. If the show's over, you could just sit here and watch it. It replays immediately. So, but all right. So who's got some flowers or powder? Who got some flowers or powder?
I mean, I guess I always go first because I lead with love, man. Like love wins. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone.
Nice.
All right.
Very nice.
Oh man, I'm extremely grateful. I'm grateful for just waking up every day. Yeah. Because like you said, we aging. Aging
Right.
like fine wine. No,
Hey.
Thank God.
once 40,
Not
starts to
rotten
hit.
great.
Just
Hey.
those extra days are something I count on. And
Right.
I appreciate.
I
it. So
misheard
I'm
the whole conversation.
very grateful for that.
So you give your flowers to
You, I'm giving them to you today.
Okay.
I'm gonna give
Come
them to
on.
you
All right.
Yeah.
because you
Yeah, wait.
motivate me.
Hold up. We used to do the little 1, 2, 3. Oh,
One,
I got you.
2, 3.
Oh.
No, but honestly, it's a lot of gentlemen sitting up here, and my husband, I give him flowers all the time. So to be able to do it publicly is
Yeah.
something that's awesome. You know, he's a
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
man.
Definitely.
He motivates me
Come on now.
tremendously, you know, to be better, to want to do more, and just continue loving him. You know, 25 years is a long time.
Hell
And when
yeah.
you don't,
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
see it, and people don't believe that it exists, and it does.
Right.
We're grateful. I'm very grateful every day. So we're
Yeah.
gonna push for another 25.
Right.
Shout out to you, babe.
Right,
Thank you.
right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
I don't even know what I was doing 25 years ago.
I was looking for him in the club. I was in there.
Wow. 25 years.
Right.
That's strong because you know me and Sheila
Yeah.
old OGs in the American game
Absolutely.
too.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
It's a
because
beautiful thing.
guys don't know how to find the real ones.
No, y'all was lucky. Y'all had Jesus marry y'all. So
No, because I just think they listening for the wrong signs.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest thing, and a lot of mamas not showing them how to come into a good woman.
Got you.
And same. I think the ladies don't have enough patience. It's not normal to be kind and pleasant,
No,
Mm-mm.
it's not.
and a little bit silent at times. That's not a norm.
Right.
That's called
Anymore.
that's called discernment. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
and some damn discipline,
Yeah.
Oh,
some
damn,
self
that's a big
control.
Damn.
one. Yeah.
I'm good at the discipline part.
Okay.
We're just in an era where we, you know, whatever I do is okay, and you know, I don't care if it bothers you. I am who I am, and it doesn't
Right,
matter,
right,
and I
right,
ain't gonna
right,
change,
right,
and
right.
I don't care, and
And like I
So,
say all the time,
you
it's
know.
the trophy kid syndrome. Because like when we were growing up, if you win the championship and you lost, you ain't get no trophy.
oh, no.
Now the last place team gets trophy.
First participation trophy started it all.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't
and that's
disagree.
the whole idea.
I wonder who
It's-
advocated for that.
Mm.
Ladies.
Yeah, because their kids weren't good at sports, or their kids weren't good at the math bee, or whatever. So they felt like their kids were being singled out for not being good at what they were supposed to be good at.
Or they got sick of going to PTA to them parent teacher conferences and always hearing about their kid being bad as hell
Right.
and didn't like it coming back on them. Because guess what? You ain't doing your job.
It's our fault because your kids suck at sports.
I'm sorry.
And
my
I'm
sister's-
sorry. I
my
mean,
sister's a teacher.
it was
Yeah,
like
y'all
I
good.
saw, you know, those little videos we were watching earlier. There was one where the kids, the two guys were talking, and the little kid comes out. We didn't watch this one, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna dance for you, Dad. I'm gonna dance like Michael Jackson." And he's like, and dancing, and the other guy's looking at him like crazy, and then he goes, "You did such a good job, son." And the other guy goes, "No, he didn't. Michael Jackson never did that in his life." And he was like, "Hey, that's not the way to talk to a kid." It's like, yes, it is.
Right.
He was like, "My mommy said I could be Michael Jackson's backup dancer." He was like, "You might be Michael Jackson's next victim, but you're not going to dance for him." I mean, because they have made it so comfortable to lie to your kids
Yes.
about their importance.
Indeed.
We got to get away from that. We definitely do.
Indeed. I wouldn't disagree. So I'm gonna balance out the playing field and give some flowers to all of the ladies, including my lady and my daughters that have a certain mindset that understand the value of men, that understand the value of family, that understands the value of people, men and women alike. I give you guys flowers because it's not easy to coexist with people,
Right.
to understand people, to empathize, sympathize with people. So shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Thank
We appreciate, you know, the Mrs. Harris's and Miss Sharon. What's her name? Sheila. Miss Sheila. And all of, you know, the Mrs. Harris's and the Miss Sheilas that's in this cyber world, man. We appreciate y'all. And just because we have, you know, constructive criticism and some things that are not always pleasurable to hear about women, but we do recognize the ones that are important, the ones that put their best foot forward, the ones that appreciate us as a society, men and women alike. So though you guys get the flowers from me.
Thank you.
And welcome to the screen. The next person to beat Van here,
Brother Ted.
our brother Teddy, dearest Teddy from the
Hello,
Sophisticated
Brother
Grizzly Podcast. What's up, my brother?
What up,
What's
Chris?
going on, people? How y'all doing, man?
Doing
All right,
good,
all
doing
right.
good. So as you
Just
see,
getting
we
in
have,
from work, man.
yeah,
So, yeah,
got,
just
gotta make
walking
the
through the
donuts.
door.
Gotta make the donuts.
Yeah,
We appreciate you, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thank you, man. Y'all know I was gonna pop it, man. Y'all, you know what? Either I was gonna be here on time or be here whenever I got here. I was gonna be here no matter what. Real
Oh, that's
lipsticks, what's going on, lady?
That's my cousin Jeremy saying, "Could tell everybody what's
Brother
up?
Peace,
How you
Jeremy.
doing,
Peace,
Jeremy? All the
peace.
way down in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, he's in the
Yeah.
cats.
My man, brother, he said, Mrsshesaid, how's it going?
All
All
is
is
well,
well,
brothers.
sir.
Good to see you.
Thank you for asking.
Good.
All is well with
We
you.
made it over to the studio.
Yeah.
I was trying to, but man, I just couldn't do it today. I was gonna try to make it over there today because JB told me y'all was coming in. I said, man, I'm gonna try to get over there, but yeah, too many things going on at the plantation today.
All right.
Mhm.
Understandable.
Well, guess what? We see you right now.
We
You're
do.
here.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's all that
You are.
matters.
And
You
guess
know?
who isn't here?
Man,
Yo, man, look.
Look, I think I got the right one. No, I
Winter's coming.
didn't.
White Walkers came and got his ass.
I hope he come in with some one-liners because we gonna deserve them. But guess what? This is the best way to get on to somebody
Right?
because he should have been here.
For real.
Love me. Curtis, you were supposed to love me.
Effie, what you talking about? Anyway, but
Yes, sir.
so what have you been up to since the last time we see you in these streets? We gotta do a quick rewind and give us your flowers and powder too at the same time.
Okay, all right. I actually am coming up with a brand new Teddy file that's going to be, well, let's just say it's going to be epic. So it's going to be completely different from what anybody else is out here doing.
All right.
I even said that either it's going to get me the kind of followers I want, or everybody going to leave. Either way, I'm gonna have fun with it. So
All right,
I'm just
cool.
gonna do me, you
I
know.
like that.
Nice.
And I'm giving flowers out to all the. Let's just say, I'm giving flowers out to my brothers and sisters tonight. All the black folk out here trying to do their thing, trying to get it, trying to be positive influences, making sure that our babies aren't lost out here in the sauce with no guidance. So that's why I'm giving my flowers out to people that take us as a priority. So
That's what's
Nice.
up, man.
Cool,
Nice.
cool.
Awesome.
All these flowers.
I'm giving flowers and powder to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department
Uh-oh.
because
Uh-oh. Damn popo, y'all.
after 20 plus years, they finally made some progress.
You think that's what's progress?
I'm saying what they reported.
Okay.
I'm
Shit.
giving them flowers and powder
And
because
power.
I have questions. But you know what?
I hear you.
Gonna leave it right there.
My man.
I'm done.
We love you, Tupac. Interesting fact,
Okay.
and I think I've only shared this a couple times. I went to school with Tupac.
Okay.
I was at the Baltimore School for the Arts when he was there.
Nice.
I am the one person who doesn't say he knew Tupac well because I did not know him well. I remember him being in. We did group homerooms, so every grade was in the same homeroom, but they were in their discipline. So all the theater majors were together.
Gotcha.
So he was in my homeroom, but I mean, some of the pictures you see on there of him and Jada and everybody, I may have been in the one before it or the one after it,
Right.
but
Right.
I knew Jada because we all went to Roland Park Middle.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
but I'm a little older too. So, but I knew of Tupac when I was at the school, but I didn't know him.
Okay.
And one of my good friends, Vox, was one of his friends. So it was like, how did I miss out on being? He was probably at the parties, but I didn't know him.
Right.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but I'm one of the only non-DRs from that school because I didn't really know him like that. And I know a lot of people who he was close to, but you know, that's the one thing that I can say I was this close to Tupac.
Okay.
So Jada, she was my girl. Now she's a woman.
Right. She's somebody else.
Yeah.
She's a woman. Not my girlfriend or anything like that.
Right.
She was my girl. We were cool. So
Shout out to Jay.
hey, what's up, Jay Nicole? So I want to play a video because we got to get to our topic for today. If you didn't know, we were talking about energy vampires. I don't know if you had a chance to check out the topic, Grizz, but energy vampires. What do they do with all that power that they've taken from you?
What they do?
Right, but I just want to play this poor, sad story of this poor young lady right quick, and it's a little long, just under 3 minutes, but take a look.
Okay, so disclaimer, this is going to be my definition based off of my experience. So to me, an energy vampire is a person or could be a place that is draining you. Unfortunately, mine was numerous things like school, etc., but specifically my partner. I was one of those girls that like to dress up and stuff before the relationship, and shortly afterwards I stopped. This might not sound like a red flag to you, but for the people that know what I'm talking about, it does. I was so drained from the countless arguments that were being started. I couldn't think right. Like, I was literally crying all the time. Not too much, but this was me. Like, you see that? And this. Like, I just look so dead inside. Like, I know you see it. Like, I know you see. And it was because of him. Like, he was draining me, bro. Like, I can't really explain it. I just know I was sleeping a lot. I wasn't doing my homework. I wasn't keeping up with my skincare like that anymore. And yes, I was going to the gym, but it was a lot. Like, I think the only thing that motivated me to keep going to the gym was how much I wanted to lose weight because, you know, health stuff. But there was times where I just wouldn't get up, and it's not even just out of pure laziness. It's because I didn't have the energy. There's times, I'm not gonna lie, I will miss class. And when I do go to class, as soon as I come back, I just crash in bed. I did not have the energy. Like, why didn't you just leave? Mind you, I'm not even somebody that just let somebody walk over me. But over time, somebody can crush your spirit, steal your life. I just gave up. I gave up fighting, bro. Like, I was dying inside. Almost like a zombie. If I was so drained and mentally wasn't thinking clearly, how could I have known to walk away? So it's not as easy as it is for some people. My ability to focus or remember things went. I'm a writer, I'm a singer. I stopped writing. Like, I literally had a writer's block. The passions that I had for modeling talked me out of it. The passion I had to pursue YouTube, I had no energy to do it to the fullest extent. Just somebody who drains you so much of your energy. And it comes in many forms of when he...
Like you just did.
Oh my. Oh my.
Now,
Man,
that
look.
is an unpackable moment there, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
I was interested.
Did she hit on any
I'm gonna be honest.
topics?
I'm gonna be honest. That first picture she showed when she was like going back and forth, I was like, oh, she got COVID. I had COVID. okay. Like, that's definitely an energy drainer.
Definitely.
like I'm with her on that part. Like, hey, you got that vid, your energy is drained like a motherfucker.
Now, the one part about it was that she did say one thing out of all that she said that is right, that is an important component is that the person that she was dealing with was the catalyst for her energy being taken.
Right.
Because, you know, he was, you know, arguing with her all the time and everything. But now let me play one more video that isn't as check this out, because I think this has a way better mesh.
Because you know I'm chomping at the bit, right? You know I'm chomping at the bit on this one.
Yeah. But
you ain't the only one.
This is where I believe we should be going.
Energy vampires feed on our life force. They can leave us feeling drained and depleted. Their presence can be subtle, yet impactful, and it's important to recognize the signs of their influence. Here are 5 signs that you may be dealing with an energy vampire. 1. If you consistently feel exhausted both physically and emotionally after interacting with a particular individual, it could be a sign that an energy vampire is at play. 2. Energy vampires have a way of stirring up intense emotions in others. If you experience frequent mood swings or find yourself on an emotional roller coaster after spending time with a specific person, it may indicate an energy vampire's presence. 3. Energy vampires have the ability to zap the motivation and drive out of people. If you suddenly lose interest in your passion or struggle to find the energy to pursue your goals, it could be a result of an energy vampire's draining influence. 4. You're feeling used and manipulated. Energy vampires often exhibit manipulative behavior, seeking to fulfill their own needs at the expense of others. If you consistently feel used, taken advantage of, or manipulated by a particular person, it may indicate the presence of an energy vampire. 5. Energy vampires tend to disregard personal boundaries and may overstep your limits without hesitation. If you frequently feel violated or uncomfortable due to someone's invasive behavior, it could be a sign of an energy vampire. Recognizing these signs is the first step to protecting yourself from the draining effects of energy vampires. By setting healthy boundaries, practicing self-care, and surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting individuals, it is possible to preserve your energy and maintain a balanced, fulfilling life. Peace and love reflections.
Now,
Mhm.
Grizz,
What's
go
up?
ahead on it. You said you needed to unpack. Go ahead.
Yeah, that first girl's full of shit. I'm gonna be real with you because everything she said was him, and he caused you to not go to school. No, you was just lazy. You didn't feel like getting up. He caused you to stop writing. No, you was lazy. You didn't feel like writing. Can't nobody cause you to not do any damn thing. Everything that you choose not to do is exactly that, your choice. You choose to even deal with that person longer than their expiration date. So all of that was your choice. So you keep blaming him. The only person who looked like they drained their energy was you, because you knew it was a bad choice when you started feeling a certain way about him, and it was time for him to go. Like I said, the man stayed past his expiration date. You just decided that you didn't want to go, so you drained it. And here's the thing: how do we not know you didn't drain just as much energy from him as he drained from you? Y'all could have been just draining the hell out of each other at the same damn time. So it just sounded like a whole bunch of excuses to just not do shit. So yeah, but the second video, I can actually feel that a little bit more,
Right.
because sometimes people can come into your presence, and even in a moment, they don't have to be there for a long period of time. Just even in that moment with that one conversation with them, you can almost feel like they've unpacked all of their shit and put it on you in just that one moment. You only have to deal with them again, but just that one moment was just enough for you to understand, look, I can't do this person. But yeah, that other chick was full of shit.
Yeah,
Right.
and there are instances where you are in the present. I mean, because we have people like we were talking earlier in our family that can drain you,
Absolutely.
and so there is actual emotional and energy vampires that are out there, but the only way that you're going to get away from them is by your choice.
Right.
And this is the quickest video. It's 15 seconds. And then I don't think I want to show anymore, but this is the crux to it, to me.
You ever stop talking to somebody and they become extremely hateful towards you? Yeah, that's because they was feeding off your energy the entire time and you cut them off their supply. And they doing whatever they can to hold on to your energy, whether that be through love or hate. A natural response would just be the parting of ways.
I agree.
Touche. You just said it, Grizz. You said it right before the video. And that's the whole idea. I think some people are suckers for energy vampires.
Mm-hmm.
As in they want and leave and sit in that energy, that negative energy, because they feed off of it.
Right.
They're not allowing themselves to get their energy back because there's some attraction to that negativity.
Right.
Right.
which is like that first young lady who was all over the place, blame game number 108.
Right.
Wow.
Everybody did something but me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what the biggest thing you did? You stayed.
Yeah, no standards.
Right.
Shout out to Marcy. Shout
Hey,
out to
Marcy.
Little.
See,
But that's the
So
key.
that's
I
Marcy.
mean, so what do y'all think?
Oh man, it was kind of sad to watch her go on her rant, such as that. Like you guys said, the excuses are amazing. You know, for a woman to choose a man that's going to be draining your energy like that. Yeah, you know, y'all got to make better choices. You got to have some standards, some boundaries. You know, some value in what's important in character when you're looking for somebody. So you know, she drank the shit out of me. So I think she was
Right.
reflecting. She
So-
was reflecting that mirror right on her
Right.
because you was pushing that energy. I can't stand when it's just one-sided in these relationships when someone speaks about it. Like, because you're telling me something, but it's again, he said, she
Yep.
said,
Yep.
and then there's the damn truth. And
Hey.
if you ain't got no video to
Right,
show me,
right.
Shameless plug.
I don't
Come on,
believe you.
man.
I'm not gonna believe you. You know. So when we
Right.
throw this question out there, believe every woman. You know, I'm not. Show me some proof. Because you're a fool to stay with a nigga that's behaving that way and making you feel all of this and that. Get your hormones checked.
Mhm.
What the hell wrong with y'all?
Look at the
Ladies, it's
peanut
crazy.
gallery. Claps, right? Hundreds.
Shout out
They
to
just keep repeating the same cycles they see their mamas do and think we're gonna keep
Right.
coddling that shit. Nah, that's
shout out to
dumb.
Sarah.
What's
We ain't
up,
doing
Sarah?
that.
Sarah.
But we love it when a woman is on the panel because y'all bring that energy and they listen to y'all because sometimes they be like, what them fools talking about?
Right,
But
right,
with that
right.
balance of she said in the podcast, it's always been amazing.
Thank you.
All right, Mr.
Ladies,
He
it's crazy.
said.
What you think,
'Cause
sir?
I saw both of y'all
I
eyes.
wouldn't disagree with the missus too much. The only thing I would sprinkle on top is it's in the name for me, energy vampires. Think about a vampire. Can a vampire come in if you don't invite him?
Hey.
I'm
Not
done.
at all.
Not at all.
Man,
Hey.
that's what I'm talking about.
Mic drop.
And the difference with family, you know, again, is that you know, blood is thicker than water. I can do what I want to you because we're family. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like oh, they family. This is how they do. Now you ain't gonna come in my space every time and be this victim, this complainer, this pessimist, all of that. They suck you dry and they enjoy it. You know what I mean? So you, like you said, you got to cut that at the whim. Like we ain't gonna keep having these kind of conversations when you're in my presence. If you want to be in my presence, it needs to be a little bit more positive.
Right.
Life ain't
Yeah.
that goddamn miserable. Some people just come in as this victim and they gotta vent every time they call. Like, ain't nothing ever going good.
Right.
You
Yeah.
breathing, you making $65,000 a year, your child is healthy and smart. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah, you
there's
already know that once you ask them, is everything good? As soon as they go, well, oh, here come the bullshit. Here it come. Here come everything else you say after that is about to be bullshit. Everything. So, okay, here we go.
Nah, I like the ones that be like, I ain't got nothing to complain about. I'm like, shit, me neither. We good.
I can't complain.
Right.
I could, but I won't. I'm not trying to drain you with my drama.
I love it. I
You
love
know, consideration.
it. I switched the subject
Shit.
quick. Like, you saw the Ravens in there, SB?
Yeah, because I've actually had people say to me before, like,
Ravens was definitely an energy drainer.
Oh, man.
yeah, if I've actually had somebody try to say something, before, and I just kind of like, basically let them know that I wasn't really trying to, wasn't trying to hear it, and I said, well, you was kind of rude. I said, look, your tragedy is not my priority.
Hey.
Right.
Nah, y'all know what I
you're
hate?
going through,
Somebody type that in the comments like they say at church. Your tragedy is not my. Come on, type it.
Nah,
Yeah.
y'all know what I hate? I hate when you be like, all right, you good? You be like, yeah, I ain't got nothing to complain about. I'm like, cool. So like this was going on. I got like this like IV and shit. Like that's how I feel. You feel me? Like it's such this to me, and it be like totally off subject, and be like, oh damn. So we talking about you again?
Right.
We back. I thought it was my turn, but all right. I hate that shit, yo. Like,
And everyone babies them like they're still kids.
Oh my.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful comment.
Yes,
That's what we
indeed.
talk.
Yes, indeed, Sarah.
Because a lot that's why they aren't accountable because no one made them take accountability for their part in things.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
That's right.
Well, is there a tie-in? Because I feel a tie-in. Is there a tie-in between being? Whoa, that's you, Rich. Is your mic turned the right way?
No, it was to my nipple piercing. But go ahead.
Ooh.
Lord.
It's that time of the
So-
show, ladies.
Man.
Nurses, put your headphones in.
I feel like there is some kind of correlation
Oh, my
between energy vampires and that wonderful M word, narcissism.
No.
Yeah, because a lot of the same things that come along with being a narcissist is what affects you from an energy vampire.
Right.
Because it's all about them. They never take blame. Come on.
To some degree.
I agree.
You can see.
Narcissist is who you are. Sucking energy
Right.
is what
From
you
manipulating.
Right.
It's a big difference.
No,
It's
ain't-
a
But
big
that's what I'm saying.
difference.
It's
a big
not a
difference.
big difference, but there's a tie-in.
It's absolutely a tie-in only because, like he said, it's one is what you do,
Yeah.
and one is what you are, and based on who you are is going to dictate your actions. But I think it's kind of like a salesman, whether it's clothing or cars or whatever. But when the person leaves the transaction, they should feel good about being in it.
Right.
They shouldn't leave, feeling drained or feeling pessimistic or feeling they got took or they got swindled or whatever the case may be. But I think that's the difference between, somebody that's trying to bring a positive influence into your life and an energy vampire is the end result. When you walk away, how do you feel?
Right.
Right.
Salesperson shouldn't be the only one that feels good about the transaction.
Absolutely.
Like Las Vegas brothels. If you go into one and you come out feeling worse than when you went in, you shouldn't have went in.
Bang.
You went in the wrong one, damn it.
Shoot.
I ain't
your
gonna
ass
hold
down
y'all.
to Reno.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I just made a transaction lately
Oh Lord.
that I hate, right? And I don't go and tell people what I do, but I had took a situation and I didn't realize who I was working for. So I went and got some honey barbecue chicken. And when I say that was the blandest shit I ever had, it's like I had to realize.
the video we was watching.
Listen, I couldn't even get mad because I said, "You brought this. You knew where you was at."
You knew
I
where
couldn't
you
get
were.
mad. But I was mad as fuck.
But you were saying that you don't think that narcissism and energy vampires are like a tie-in.
I don't believe from my personal experience they're the same thing.
Pontificate on that, sir.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, but I
Talk
will
about it.
explain.
And I will
I ain't
explain.
pontificating. That sounds like shit. Listen,
What?
You want me to poop?
Oh man.
If you pontificate, no, that don't even
Listen,
work.
Never mind.
listen.
Skip it, man.
this chair,
I'm taking a drink.
this chair might make me taller. I don't know. Listen,
What?
I don't think it's the same thing personally.
I didn't-
Some narcissists,
I didn't say it was the same thing, but I said
Yeah.
it
They're
was
related.
a tie-in. There is a correlation between them.
yeah, I believe some narcissists may be right. They may be right. It's just the way they go about being right
Is
is
wrong.
narcissistic. I believe that. I know a lot of narcissistic people. All right, I get what you're saying, but nigga,
I think self-centered, which is a very big portion of narcissism, but it isn't the end-all be-all because you can be self-centered and care about people.
you can.
Narcissists don't care about nobody but themselves. Nobody but themselves and the final outcome. That's the definition of part of the definition of narcissism.
Part of it.
Yes.
But I wouldn't compare. I wouldn't put them into energy vampires.
Most narcissists
I can't.
drain
I
my
would never.
energy.
I would never do that for the simple fact that an energy vampire to me, and my definition of this, and I could be wrong, is completely is like when you walk in a room, like oh, look at Jerry over there, happy as shit. Fuck you happy for. Let me tell him some shit about himself. Let me suck it.
That's just an asshole.
Pause. what I'm saying is big pause. But I'm saying that I'm thinking vampire terminology.
Grizz, you notice he walked in the door himself, right?
Yeah. And then I realized what I was saying. And
I realized.
But also, that's definitely what I'm thinking. I think a narcissist.
You like Quantavious in jail. No homo.
The fuck? No. Listen, that's my interpretation of someone draining energy from a room.
Not a room, just a person. It could be a
room. And if you've really dealt with the narcissist, you will be drained after dealing with it. Believe me. Just live it. Trust.
I mean, we were even putting it in the aspects of photography. Like, have you ever had a shoot where the person, when you finished, you know the usual euphoria of doing an amazing shoot?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Have you ever had a shoot where you were just glad it was fucking done? Because of all of the things that the person, you could show them a picture and you be in your soul, you're like, this is fire. And you show it to them and they go, it could be better.
Have you ever worked with somebody and
can it be though?
Have you ever?
It can always be better. We're never right. going to shoot the perfect picture. It can always be better, but some people are picture whores and they'll keep saying stuff like that. So you keep taking pictures of them.
Damn. Right.
That's draining.
Pictures? Damn, not
no.
One? You don't like that one?
No, I would say.
Can we take some more?
In that instance, no.
Well,
but if you can explain to me what will make this better, I'm gonna retake it.
And you'll be there.
Well, I don't know. You're the
no, because professional, professional here, not taking all night. You show me one thing, like, oh no, let me fix this. When you fixed it, I'm gonna take it again because you already love it.
Okay.
You just want this one piece.
I got you.
So that's fine. That's fine with me. But I never had nobody to be like, oh, if I did this and we did that, and then you're not satisfied. I'm not.
Then you, sir,
are
lucky.
You're a rarity.
Yeah.
I think any photographers in the peanut gallery, please tell us that Rich is the luckiest mofo in the world if he's
and y'all tell me y'all not y'all had something
photography
different?
Energy vampire.
I've worked with people that I want to punch in the throat. And
I've
didn't
worked
have
with
the
people
energy.
I won't work with anymore because they took the energy away from me through the shoot. They're like,
so that would be my question. What did they take from y'all? Because I'm curious.
Because they suck the energy out of the room with their ability to not
He's
be
talking
happy
about
with
the
their
energy
shoots.
in the room, by the way.
But I'm saying that those people, you just said something. You know what you said, so you need to stop. Well, I'm gonna rewind that video.
I don't give a fuck. I also said pause. I mean,
pause come on animal.
He's stuck on the word suck, and he's not gonna let it
go. Hey, listen.
Yeah. But you know what? I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is, so a true narcissist in a situation where you're dealing with a narcissist, is the person a narcissist or are you the narcissist for trying to change the person?
Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Ted.
But who said we want to change them?
No, but I mean, no, not that. I'm just saying, like, if you're dealing with somebody who you feel like is a narcissist, not even just in photography, but even in a relationship, there are people that stick around in a relationship with someone who they know is a narcissist, constantly trying to change their behavior, and in fact have now turned themselves into the narcissist because you're thinking that your simple presence is strong enough to change who they are.
I'm not Bob the Builder. I'm not Bob the Builder. I can't make you over again. If I'm in a relationship with you, we grow together. I'm not going to try to make another version of you.
But I do understand what you're talking about because there are people that get hung up on, well, this person needs to change. This person needs to change. Like,
Maybe
no,
you need to
to
change people
No, maybe
and
you
go
need
to somebody else.
maybe you just walk the hunger away.
Because the whole idea is that you don't make it to years of a successful relationship by changing that person. You make it by accepting them and supporting them and helping them to come together with you to make a solidified unit. If you're trying to change someone, there's going to be backlash. There's going to be resentment. There's going to be stuff that you're putting on in the toolbox that ain't going to fix shit.
Yeah. But people do it every day.
It's like having a grip pair of grip pliers without the butterfly in the middle.
I got questions.
Once you clamp down, how you going to get it open?
I got questions, and I am so glad that Teddy, Jerry, Scott, and not only Mr. HeSaid, I got Mrsshesaid it. Right? So I got questions.
That sounds like my wife saying lettuce. You had a lot of S's in them.
I know. I can't help myself. Can't help myself. I went to Doug. Listen.
Oh wow.
Listen, no, but
shout out to Doug.
At a certain point, I want to go too far. Come on now. I want to go too far from the subject though, right? But I heard something that y'all said just a few minutes ago. Is like you don't change the person,
right?
But do you change a little bit for that person?
It's called compromise.
It's called human growth and development.
Growth, change through growth happens naturally. It does. You can listen to what your partner is telling you, the things that they feel that may need work. Because, like I've always said, me and Sheila didn't make it as long as we were having pleasant conversations with each other about our positives. We made it this long being able to discuss the things that we don't like and having those tough conversations. Because if there was ever a point where there was no, I can't do that, there is no growth and we cannot proceed. But there's always room for growth, compromise, and love. Mostly growth.
Hey, grab the gun.
Growth.
Stop. Pause.
Growth and compromise will bring you more love.
Pause.
True. Pause real quick.
No, we're stopping everything. We are stopping everything.
Who the hell just came in the building?
Exactly. No, we have to stop.
The crew came in.
We have to stop.
Okay.
So now that, no, you're walking now. No, son, you're walking now.
No, you gotta walk this way.
Walk of shame, son. Walk of shame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Van Gogh.
They said you gotta do the walk of shame. I am Spartacus. Welcome to the stage, the one, the only. His name is
Van Gogh.
Van Slow. Van Slow. Van comes.
That nigga done cut what?
No.
Don't even say nothing. After when you said that.
Oh yeah. No.
You have.
I corrected myself. I'm good with it.
You can't correct it after it already.
As long,
No, I said it before anybody
as
said
long
it.
as you ain't feedbacking no more, I'm good. Because don't even mention that no more.
What, my nipple ring?
No touch that.
My nipple ring.
What happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll talk about it later. Let's get to this comment because Sarah's been putting it.
Sarah's
in.
fire.
Yeah,
What's
Sarah's
going on?
Let's see what she says this time.
There ain't feeling the delusion.
Continuing to live in your environment and complain about it and unpacking all that trauma onto someone who has empathy and compassion and tends to absorb that trauma and energy and drains the person, and then the person has nothing left for their self.
Story of my life.
Loving Sarah tonight. Keep coming with the heat.
Story of my life.
Keep coming with the heat.
Let's stay right there. Story of your life. But
Story time.
Remember what I said about vampires? Can they come in if you don't invite them?
Exactly.
No. So let's go there.
I was last week years old when I found out that I need to build boundaries.
Yes.
That was the hardest lesson of my life was to learn how to build boundaries.
If nobody knows this, did you text me that you're here? Because it's on the screen. Okay. how fast the internets work. So y'all need to really, when you tell somebody to contact you on Facebook or Instagram, that's the delay. It took longer enough for him to come in, sit down, tell us who we were. We had a whole conversation, and it pops on the screen. Come on now.
Lesson.
But since he was late, though, right?
Yeah.
He came in with some beautiful people. Go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
go ahead. Tell us who's in the peanut gallery.
Talk to us who's in
Neil.
All right, so I brought my buddy Neil up with me. He's in the peanut gallery. A mutual friend of ours, London, and her.
Hey,
son.
London. And
hey, how
I didn't
y'all
hear
doing?
the last name.
Oh,
What's that?
You said London, Neil, and what's your name?
Jesus Christ.
Azir.
Azir. Hasir. We gonna get it right.
Yeah, Hasir.
I'm butchering your name. Hasir, London, and Neil. Welcome to the Grown Man Clique podcast.
They don't even know who he boy is.
No, I didn't want to butcher his name. I was trying to figure out how to say it.
Lucky me, because I butchered name.
You got you got a shot, son.
He
It's
took
gone.
All
He
right.
took it.
All right.
You know
You
I'm
did-
gonna get
you-
on it.
All right. I just want to make sure.
It's gone.
You gotta be careful around Rich because usual colloquialisms will set him on that. Oh,
What the hell was that?
Did that skip me? Usual colloquial, whatever the fuck he said.
You know you can't.
Another shot out the dog.
She got that.
Basic English right now. Okay, basic.
And what's
Usual
basic about
common-
what the fuck he said?
usual
I
common
need
phrases will
goddamn
be taken
subtitles.
advantage of if you say it around
This
Richard.
this is common English for us. Though.
I'm sorry, I use my
Colloquial.
words.
You sure? Yeah, that sound like a new. That shit sound like a new anime that's out right now.
So you know what? It seems like with everything that we've been talking about tonight, that there is no real grasp or real handle on what an energy vampire really is.
Facts.
Well, I mean, it's because we've been speaking in 2023 vernacular. Like the clip you played, you heard the young lady say, "For
Everybody
me, it
was
means
in-
something, but for everybody else, it means something else." And what did I just say? Sitting down. It depends. Everybody's different. This is the words they live by. This is their mantra. So we never gonna get definitive conversation. You're never gonna get black and white. Everything's always gray.
Right.
And this is why you see what you see, because of the lack of a bar, the lack of some sort of barometer
there's
for
no structure.
everybody to guide themselves or to
Definite.
have some sort of a guideline, and then it turns into what the
There's a mic
guideline
in the peanut
means.
gallery, Neil, if you
So
want it,
you know,
so that they can hear you on live.
as,
But
as long as we continue to operate in these playing fields, again, even with what we were just recently talking about, like he said, the best solution is walking away. And with pictures, I used to take pictures of young ladies, my wife's friends, people going out having a good time, but now all pictures have to be read. All pictures are no, not that one, no, not that one. So guess what I did? I don't even take pictures.
Right.
It got to the point
I'm not
where
gonna
the
do
ladies, we
it's
would
got a
post,
switch on it, Neil.
we post our evening, the venue we at with all the people we took pictures with, and get a text like, "Oh, I like that picture. That picture,
I don't
it's
care.
this picture."
So again,
You gotta
no, but
take it
instead
down.
of letting
But
them
this is-
suck
this
your
is
energy,
They
this is
say
what an
take it
energy
down.
vampire tries
Absolutely.
to do.
Right.
For whatever
Can I tell you
reason,
something?
I didn't look
I don't
pleasurable.
know.
I
Just
got
to
to
let you know,
a PO.
this is law. If they allow you to take their picture, you are in sole possession of that picture, and that is now your property. So you don't.
We know that.
I mean,
But
that's
you know, you
that's
have-
super
At
technical.
all.
Hold on.
You
Hold
gotta
up.
respect the
Hold up.
frame.
Hold
Yeah.
up.
Every
That's
picture got to be
photographer
perfect.
shit.
Even with a
That's
phone,
photographer. I'm talking about
Yeah,
regular
even with
people,
regular people.
like
Yeah,
Mr.
even
and
with-
Mrs.
Right, we out on a
It's
Friday
a different.
night.
It's a different ball game.
You're just saying
No,
this is how people
there's-
It's
are.
a different ball
The
game.
federal law is there's no expectation of privacy in public.
Yeah, we're not talking
That's
about federal
literally how
law.
it's
Yeah.
written.
Their friends
We're
not
just
gonna
talking
sue
about the
them.
vampires.
they just
Their
gonna
friends
be
not gonna
mad, and I'm
sue.
not going to take it down. There's
We're
a
not
picture.
talking about federal.
Just like it's so funny, but my daughter, because you know how our kids all go through the change,
Oh yeah.
and they have that one school picture. My
Right.
daughter has that one school picture that drives her crazy. And
Right.
every year on her birthday, guess who's the first person to post it?
You are.
No, her brother.
Oh.
Makes sense.
But
Yeah, that
now
makes
it's
sense.
gotten to the point where
I do
she
shit to
knows
Carol
how
all the time.
beautiful it is, and she just goes, "I hate you, Jerry, but I love you," because she knows basically he's got the picture, so it's nothing we can do.
But that's what he's explaining also.
But her mother put them butterflies in her hair.
Is what y'all
She
going.
loved it then.
Mama put
she
them
loved it
butterflies.
Now for
She was-
us,
she was cute
it's a
as a
different
bitch.
ball game.
Oh yeah.
It's a different ball game. I don't care what you think. This shit look fly.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
posting
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
It's different, but like y'all, with friends, cell phone pics, it's a little different.
Yeah, it is.
No.
It's different.
Well,
It
well,
is.
first
It
of all,
is.
we probably do something different than what Mr. He said would do. I take about 20 before I even give them the camera back. And then it's up to them. I'm not taking it with my camera because I'm not wasting my space. Oh, I'm gonna take it with yours. Close again. I'll take 20, 30 shots and they go, here you go, sort them out.
Exactly.
Oh, look at my no, look at me. I don't have time for that. Y'all can do that. It's on your phone. I'm over there.
Yep, do that and walk away.
But to go back what Mr. He said was talking about, you know, the all this, you don't know how to really approach because of the millennial attitude. It's like us looking at the NFL and saying, what is a catch? What we don't know how to delineate where they're going or what we're going to say that's going to set something off. So now everything is disclaimered.
I don't have the energy.
It's a shame, even with a dictionary right in
but
front
I
of you,
don't
it'd be like,
disclaimer
I
shit.
don't think that word means that. I don't feel like that word means that. Listen, mother.
Yeah.
You see this dictionary?
Right.
Webster?
Right.
The other one?
That's
Exactly.
it.
This is
Yeah.
But
we hate both of them, but
context,
that's the
Grizzly.
context matters though.
Grizzly has shown or been talking about the video where the woman says that what is it, 2 + 2 could equal 5.
Yeah, that doofus that says mathematics is racist because it's such a hard line on mathematics that 2 + 2 = 4, but it could actually be 5. I'm like, bitch, just say you can't count. Just say that. Just say you can't count. I mean,
disclaimer. I don't want to like
condemn
none of that shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that part. But
I'm just saying, man, it's just like everything now, even the facts are judged and dictated by your feelings.
They're not facts.
And at the end of the day, like my facts, or all facts, not my facts, these are simple facts, will always trump what you feel. Because the moment I spit out a fact and you tell me, well, I feel, everything that you just said has just been just discounted. Because whatever you feel, even if it hurts your feelings, does not dispute the facts that are in place. It is simply the facts. So nowadays we've gotten to the point now where everybody wants to get to the feelings Olympics. And I'm not going to buy a ticket to that shit because I'm not trying to hear that. If the facts are the facts, even if it doesn't favor me, I learned something from it because I respect the facts. I'm not worried about how it made me feel because how it made me feel is irrelevant. It's about the fact of the situation.
That's
mad at that.
That's that.
I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I mean, the only thing I would sprinkle on top is that, you know, feelings are individual. And when we are subject as a society, as a populace to live with and in congruence with the feelings that you have individually, it's just not fair to us. When does reality trump? Because your feelings are not more important than the reality that we all have to share with each other.
Right.
It is. See, this is why I love.
Yeah, verbal threat, black. This is verse. We got raw, Jay on the beat. We got smoke. This goes to all y'all hating ass niggas who ain't fucking with us. Check it, yo.
Yes, right, everybody. This is the Grown Man Clique podcast. I'm your boy J.I. To my right, for the first time tonight, is my boy
Van Go.
To my left here, my boy always by my side,
T. Scott.
We gonna go all the way down 95 for the first time south because usually we go north, but now south to my boy
Man, it's Richie Rich, like ain't CEO is in the building.
And of course, we have right here next to Mr. T. Scott, our one and only Mr.
He said,
And next to him, the one and only beautiful Mrs. And we are here live with the Grown Man Clique podcast. We just did a reset. We had Bunky Jr. come on and do the Grown Man Clique dance. You know, was the Park Heights strut, but we call it the Grown Man dance so we can catch our breaths. Because sometimes you just need to. And now we're back into it. And we're talking tonight about energy vampires. And what I've learned is that, you know, first of all, letting them in your presence is the problem.
Right.
Because usually there's a pattern that you see coming.
Right.
Like, right. People will say, you know, about such and so, right? And you'd be like, no. Here's the guy. Oh, but she fine. Here's the girl. Oh no, he cute. I want to talk to him. But you know about him, right? So, as Mr. said, you've got to allow them in your space for them to operate.
If you don't let them in,
then you can't let them win.
Well, when you notice it, you check it.
And that's another thing, like that poor lost soul. That poor lost soul that was on the screen. Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
Do we need to give her one? I think we do.
She wouldn't say she lost.
You need Jesus.
She did. Because
what you got back there?
Everything was the problem but her. Go ahead, Neil. Is your mic live?
Check.
Yeah, they can hear you.
All right. So, not negating anyone's personal definitions of this thing, because a lot of things are personal. In my experience, in my personal definition of an energy vampire is a emotional and spiritual black hole. A person with whom you cannot feed enough. No matter how much you pour in, more will be necessary.
Yes.
The kind of person walks into a room, the room gets cold.
Yes.
As you said, Jerry, this is someone whose reputation tends to precede them. And they are the permanent victim of everything. My father, my mother, my best friend, I got bullied, I got this, I got that. And the story is always who did something to them.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
If that is always the story, stay the hell away.
I would agree.
If y'all haven't been on the last couple of weeks, we now have a peanut gallery mic. You getting fist bumps and everything, Neil, over here. So you really hit home with it. But the whole idea is that we now have the peanut gallery mic, so even our guests who don't want to be on the screen can say what their piece is, and you don't have to see them, because some people don't want to see you, and that's all there is to it. But we having fun, so that's all that matters.
I don't want to be
anyway.
in the box.
But
He was absolutely right. He was absolutely right. I mean, and you know, like the young lady that you played in the video clip, she said school was the energy vampire. That was the first thing out of her mouth. Y'all heard me bust out. School?
Right.
Like, and that's not even, come on. No.
Your education,
you know, and like he said, you know, as soon as they come into the room, they suck the air out. But again, how they get in? Did we let them in? They didn't just bust in.
Right.
We let them
It's
in.
such a
So
victim.
we have to love ourselves enough. We have to value ourselves enough, like
keep
he
them
said,
out.
to not even entertain
That's
the
right.
energy. Keep it from afar and govern yourself
Oh,
accordingly.
another peanut gallery
Once
compliment.
you notice.
All right.
Okay, so I'm London. Hey, hi.
Hey, hi. Hi.
Queen Hippie Lane. Hi, you guys on Instagram.
Oh, hold on.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that there are like textbook definitions for these things, and a lot of people do apply things that don't apply because they're not aware of what the subtle differences are. People don't understand the difference between a narcissist. They think they're self-absorbed when actually they're very insecure. There are misconceptions about emotional differences that people apply to situations, believing that they know what someone is, and it's just because they're emotionally unintelligent. So like how a person is always mad, but they're actually not mad. They're hungry, they're sleepy, they're tired, they're upset, they're irritated. There's so many spectrums to one word, and they all apply as being mad to them because they don't know how to express themselves. So when you're dealing with somebody and you see them being an emotional vampire, it is not narcissism. Emotional vampires are people that keep drawing from you. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It doesn't have to be, and honestly, it can be a school. It can be a system, which schools are actually designed to make people comply and become sheep. That's how the original structure was meant to be. It doesn't mean that the teachers are trying to do this. These are systems that are built in to oppress and to suck out energy. So when you're saying emotional vampires, they're probably constructed by emotional vampires who are good at absorbing energy from people, making them tired, beat, worn, weak, so that they won't try to rage against the system. Whereas people who do it, they literally just want to draw all the energy they can because they don't possess the energy themselves. They don't know how to do hair. They don't know how to cook for themselves. They don't know how to do all these things, and they've learned how to adapt and survive. So they come into your environment and get you to do everything for them and draw your energy and draw your energy and draw your energy. So they're so up that they can kind of sustain. And when they start to fall down again or need things or deplete, they start to draw more energy, which is when they step into a room. They can literally drain a whole room of people just by drawing whatever they need from them. They're succubus, leeches. People call them all types of stuff. They're not narcissists. Narcissists are people that literally manipulate people. They literally feed you a dream, and they know how to get everybody in on the same dream, and they know how to isolate one person. They're like mastermind manipulators. Totally different, and they don't have self-esteem.
There's a correlation because you can have narcissists who are energy vampires, and you see a lot of this, and this is just personally my opinion. I've seen a lot of correlation between how narcissists and energy vampires operate.
Well, when you talk about that, basically like a general feeling that you get from being around someone that's depressed or someone who's sad. Like literally, it's draining to be around negative energy. Period.
Right.
I mean,
Not if
like,
you invite that energy.
Hold on.
Not if there's natural energy.
Articulation at its best
Huh?
is what we're hearing right now.
Huh?
Because she's saying something that's very valid.
Yeah,
it is
very valid. Let's give her D. Come on out. Let's give her her D. She's saying something that's very valid.
Right.
And this is something that we
I agree.
But what
the
we were speaking to
GMC
was
should listen to.
And
Because what she's saying.
And we are listening.
Yeah. Scott, I know.
Right. So what we're speaking to was the correlation. I'm gonna let you. I'm just gonna jump in real quick. What we were speaking to was there's a correlation between narcissists and energy vampires.
We
Not
weren't
saying
saying
they
they
were one and
were
the
the
same.
Well,
And what I was saying, real briefly, was that the school, like you said, school can be an energy vampire, but we sign up for school. We pick the courses that we take. So to say that, the course level, the time is constraining and they put a lot of load on you. This is the vampire we invited into our house. So how can we say?
Did you invite it, or were you made to do it as a child? Were your parents forced to do it?
Listen to what I said, baby
Because they grew
girl.
up in
We
that same
signed
system.
up. Again, I hear what you're saying about the indoctrination, but the ultimate choice, when we signed on the commitment letter, we chose and invited that vampire into our surroundings.
But how much is a choice if you've been trained and conditioned to do it?
So
it's still a choice.
Choice is still a choice.
Choice
is always a choice. I get the indoctrination. I understand what you're saying.
Wait a minute, can I say this real quick?
Too many excuses.
See, that's more excuses. More excuses. It's funny how it's never self-examination. It's always the school, the work.
If you're not made aware that you have a choice at any point in time, at no point, I mean, I do this with my children. I let them know that they don't have to continue in school and they can become business owners. And I do tell them how they can do it at an early age. I don't push school on them. But in no point was I ever informed that I didn't have to comply to those systems. And I was actually told that if I didn't comply to those systems, I would be placing my parents in jail.
Right.
I would be placing my parents
So
in
if you
situations
didn't
that were
invite the vampire into your house,
so it was only through manipulation, not
that's not to negate that you had a choice, though, sis. But you had a choice, correct?
How much is a choice?
But you had a choice, correct? Correct or not correct?
But how is it a choice?
But you had a choice, correct or not correct? I don't play that game. You had a choice. I'll answer any question you have after you answer my question. And my question was, it was a choice,
If you're being,
correct or not?
So that's just like saying how much choice does a child
I'm
have
done.
if
I'm
she's
tapping out.
with a child molester who's telling her to
Respectfully.
kill
See,
her.
now that's moving
All right,
the
all right,
goalposts.
all right, all right.
You moving the goalposts. Yo, that's what they do.
Hold on.
That's
Hold
what
on.
they do.
Hold on.
That's
Hold on.
different.
Slow down.
I got like to me because
Hold on.
Bro, the energy.
Wow.
Listen, we had a show. We had a show about this exact topic. All right.
Definitely.
We had a show. So like, hold on. Let's calm down.
We're good.
Let's
You can't have dialogue and diatribe without disagreement because
Facts.
everybody
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
believe the same thing.
Right.
We are
But
not
you
being
know-
disrespectful. We're being
No,
conversational.
Can I tap in here real quick?
What up, E Black?
Can I chime in real quick?
E Black.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up, brother? So the thing about it is I'm hearing what the young lady saying, and I understand where she's coming from. But once again, I get where brother he says coming from because we're talking about things that people are used to. Well, I've always had this whole thought process of you used to be able to crawl. You used to crawl, and then you learn how to walk. You chose to figure out how to walk. You chose to start walking. You used to not be able to talk, and then you learn how to talk. Everything that you've gotten used to, you can unlearn. You can get used to something different. You can do something different. So it's not so much about what we were taught as a young as children. As an adult, we make a choice to go to college as an adult, not kids.
Right.
See, kids are forced to go to school. Adults choose to go to school. So that's
So
a whole
kids
different
drop
thing.
out,
So as you
but
get
kids
to
drop
a
out.
person where you understanding who you are, when you understand where the system is with your understanding of the system, anything that you do after that is a choice. It has
Now,
nothing to do with being indoctrinated. It has everything to do with what you got, what you chose. Even after you've gotten the information, you still have to make a conscious choice to either go or not to go.
now I can be wrong.
Richie, can you do me a favor? Can
I
you
can be
push
wrong.
back a little bit your feet because you're the feedback. There you go.
Now I can be wrong, right?
See? Nice and-
But I will
Don't
say,
put the
I
mic
will say,
forward when you push
listen,
back.
let me go.
I know
I
what
don't
your
give a fuck about
feedback
the
is,
feedback
buddy. Your
right now.
feedback. There we go.
Listen, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but what the young lady is saying, Grizz just said. But what Grizz said is to talk to his age group. She's talking from her age group. I don't know how old you are. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I don't want to knock that. But she's
Well,
talking
if that's
from her.
your child,
Yeah, like
then
she's.
we're pretty much in it. I
You're
got
not.
a roundabout
Stop.
age.
Stop.
Which the moment it's not so much the age group, it's about when you have the opportunity to choose to go to school. You know, it's not so much about the age group though. It's more so about when you have the choice to go to school. Because you choose to go to school, like if you're going to college, you choose to go to college at any age after you've gotten out of high school. Any further schooling after that is a choice. It's matter whether you're 50 like me, or whether you're 18 or 21 or 20. Any choice to go to school after that is just that. It is a choice. You chose that.
And that's a
So whatever
generational
happens
thing.
after that is what you chose.
That's why it doesn't matter what your age is right now, because
Do
that's a
y'all
generational
feel-
thing.
I mean,
Do
but
y'all feel it's
I
the same
blatantly-
thing right
I blatantly
now?
disagree with that. I mean, now this is the perspective of people who've been raised in that direction, but a lot of minorities actually their parents raised them to go to college when they're quite young. That's all they speak about when they're in high school. That's all they save their money for. They put their kids in college. So you're not deciding that. Your parents have already decided that.
I had
for
a
you, and
choice.
they drilled that into you, and also they put money behind that you will literally risk if you don't follow through with it.
Right.
So it's not just as simple as saying that you chose to do it. You're
Yeah,
literally going to let
I
down
had
your
a
family
choice.
who put in money.
But that's
and I'm
different.
50 plus. And
Well,
hold on 1 second. I had a choice, and my parents were raised in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And when it came to my education after high school, I had a choice because my father was successful without going to college. My mother was successful because from her going to college, but they never put any bars of appropriation on me where I had to meet this to be that. They told me, what do you want to do? And I went out and I actually had a job that most people would die for out of high school. And I did not go to college until I sniffed some tail, and I wanted that college tail. Yes, I went to college. Listen, for real, I went to college because of a girl.
That's
Listen,
unfair
hold
though.
on,
That's
listen,
unfair though.
hold on, listen. I went
was
to
a
college
motivating
because of a
force.
girl, because I already had a career. My wife of 35 years will tell you I had a career, and I left that career, went to college, chasing something that I didn't need, found something that I did need, which is my wife. Because my mom gave me the choice. She wasn't like, you have to go to college. My kid, all I told them this: you do not have to work if you go to school. I will support whatever you need to do, but as long as you're in school, you don't have to work. When my daughter went to Philly to go to school, she had a house, not an apartment, a house. When my son went to NYU, because his choice, he had an apartment. Because that choice was my promise was their choice is going to be supported. There are old school mentalities that support new school structure. It's just not always being the one who's lucky enough to get a parent like I had, who raised me like I did, to make choices like I did for kids who right now are telling me they're going to send their little bratty ass kids to me to raise because I did such a good job with them, which is never going to happen, because if I did the right job with them, they can handle the job that they got to do with theirs.
But that's not old school mentality though.
So I guess from hearing all
Like,
of the
at all.
comments,
Nobody
what
is
I'm
wrong.
hearing, like you just said, yeah, nobody's wrong. It's more like, I guess, situational awareness. You have to understand what situation you're in to actually start making that choice one way or the other. Because I can definitely understand what Mr. HeSaid said about it's still a choice you have to make. And I can understand London's point about where, you're being told to do this. Like a path has been created, and anything that deviates from that path is just automatically wrong. So I understand both ends.
Yeah.
So for me, it's almost like you have to have the situational awareness of where you're at in order to say, okay, this is what's happening from here.
Right. Good point.
Absolutely.
But see, this is the whole idea, and the London did make a really good point in that it's when and how you were raised.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
that is really important to everybody's structure. Because if you let's go to the stat that I can't remember the exact numbers, but the high amount of sexual abuse in the state of Maryland.
Every state.
Oh,
But
it's
it's
stupid.
Maryland,
Maryland's got a
incredible-
lawsuit out
Yeah,
now.
Maryland a
it's
lot.
incredibly high in Maryland. Like, it started on the Eastern Shore, just so people won't think it started with us.
I
Because
mean,
that's exactly what they want to think. But it started on the Eastern Shore, and as it matriculated through the suburbs and made its way to Baltimore, from people wanting to move from the country, live into the sunny city sunlight, they brought it with them.
Right.
And that's why we have a very high concentrated amount of sexual abuse in families. Baltimore, Maryland.
I just think it's always been a preference for children. There are some people who prefer children.
True.
I mean,
this is the world.
Yeah.
it's not okay. We all know
No,
that this is
it's
not
not.
okay, but this is
Yeah,
not nothing
none of
new.
it, right.
And now it's right in front of our face.
I
But we
think
the ones need
it's
to see
because
these
more people
cycles
are
in the
actually
family.
starting to say
Man.
shit.
So I'll bring it full
But
circle again.
you know what? I gotta retract that statement, because back then you said shit wherever you were, you got sent somewhere else.
Right.
That's if you
Because
got pregnant.
if mama's boyfriend was doing it to you and mama loved boyfriend,
Mama
you
ain't
had
gonna
to
do
go.
nothing.
You had to go.
Shout out to technology.
That's
You
why
can't hide
that
it now.
18, after 18, you got to get out of my house mentality was put on. You know why? Because at 18, they are legal and they are women. And if their boyfriend takes advantage of them at that point, That's consent.
Again, more indoctrination. Again, that's no different than what
What
she's
she
talking
said.
about.
That's
And that's
what
why
I
I
said.
said
Right.
I don't
her.
ignore the indoctrination. We
Definitely.
live in America. If
Right.
you went to
Some
school
kind of way
in
you're gonna be
America, you've
You've
been
been
indoctrinated.
indoctrinated to something.
Damn right.
You fill out the application.
Right.
When you see that the school is a load, it's an energy vampire here. Change your schedule. Now
Yep.
I'm only scheduling next semester 2
Online
o'clock in the
classes.
afternoon and after classes because I'm sleeping all day. Again, this is the mentality.
Choices.
They rather blame than say, you know
Choices.
what? It's looking down right now, but I can flip it. I
Right.
can make things happen. I can make it look different next semester. I can switch my schedule at work. I can work on my family at home. They don't do that. They rather say, nah, you know
I'm
what?
done.
She right. It is, energy vampires. That school do be draining you. And your man, why you gotta cook for him for? He don't really need. He should know how to cook. And you, come on, go on the girls' trip. This is how it all gets set up as dominoes. And boom, when they knock them down, they all fall
agree.
down. And then we look like the bad guy because we a bad man. We a husband. And I said, you ain't going on no girls' trip.
No girls
Can I
trip.
ask our guest a question? Can I ask our guest a question?
Mr. HeSaid, you wrong because you won't
Yeah.
let Mrs. SheSaid
Yeah.
go out
Wrong
on her
with her.
I want to ask.
summer trip with her
I want to
girlfriend.
ask him if he said a question.
Sure.
She grown. She can do what she
Now,
wants.
now,
We
bro,
asking him, not me.
bro,
Go
you
ahead.
know, you had that opportunity in school,
Did I have what opportunity in school?
the switch, what they gave you.
Nah, I made my schedule the way I wanted it.
Absolutely.
I was
In middle
purposeful.
school?
First pick.
I know. You from?
I'm from New York.
Yeah.
Talking about college?
Yeah.
No, we're not
College,
talking
I
about
made my
college.
Are you talking about middle school?
We're talking about young. This is what we got.
This is
No, we're
not where
talking
we
about
at.
college.
We were
When
talking
you
about that
grown
young lady
to
that
make
came on
grown
first.
people
She was
decisions,
in
not
college.
children.
She said school was an energy vampire.
That's
I
what
heard
we
her.
focusing
She said
on,
a
not
head started hurting when she was walking in the building.
I'm not with
It was
the young lady.
completely
I'm
psychosomatic.
not young. But where did she say college at?
She said she
Where?
said it in
She
the
was
beginning
talking
of her clip.
She said it in the beginning. The dude that she's with is such an energy vampire that it was taking all of her absorption, where she didn't want to go to school no more and participate.
Everything was the
and
problem
the school
with her.
was the vampire.
Yep.
And
She's the common
she
denominator
was
in the
going
equation.
in. She
Yep,
said
she- and-
I don't
specifically
wanna
that
hear
that
it.
man
she was
drank
over-
her so
I'm
much.
in
that
college,
she
though.
She was college
She could be a
age.
high school dropout.
Not
For
bad.
us, you know.
Listen, it can't even say that.
It could be a high
Hey,
school.
Rick. Hey, Rick.
At 16,
It
it
was
was
16.
You-
It's not college.
17, and I went to college
16
at
is-
30.
16.
So, you know, it's
It's
really
not college for
cool.
her.
Even
Yeah,
if
but
she
that's
was a
like
high
applying
school
You know,
your
you speak.
experience to what's being said. That's like that's the only thing I see like this kind of making the confusion is like people are applying their specific intelligence,
Right.
and they're not assuming that people are less intelligent or in a lesser situation. So they believe that everybody's going to be able to spot an energy vampire at the door, which is weird because you always know.
Just in general,
what
nobody is
someone
saying
possesses,
everybody
but
is
they-
going to be
you
able to
have
do
to
that.
let them in
I agree
to
with that.
assess them, really.
General-
You have to come in
You
contact with them.
generally don't.
Everybody is not blessed with the
And
power.
if they don't,
Everybody's
like
not that blessed.
initially, I mean, they don't become professionals at it without learning
wow.
how to get under your skin first.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're not, excuse the term, sucking you.
Hey.
You feel
No,
me? They're
this is
taking
grown
their
man
time.
Clique. Use
Yeah.
it.
But
Use
see,
any
that's the
term you
thing,
like.
baby girl, about loving
Clicks like
yourself.
to be sucked by the
Like
way.
again, you got one time to stand me up.
Like, man.
You got one time to make fun of my job. You got
That's
one
it.
time to attack my sexuality.
My
Again,
man.
and that's why they're energy
But then how would
vampires.
you know who they are if you already cut them off?
No,
the
it's
bat?
don't
not.
wanna
I
get
know
to
when
know
you
you.
attack my
That's the thing.
sexuality,
I'm just saying,
when you
how,
attack
like
my
if I
job.
do one thing, how can you say who I was? Was
I wouldn't
energy
say.
vampire?
Oh, because-
No.
Was I a narcissist?
That's not
Was I
saying who
depressed?
you are. That's me saying that I don't want your type of energy
Yeah, but that
around
means
me.
that you
That's
have a
having a
lack of
standard and a
experience
bound. I don't care
to
about the.
speak on.
I have experience. If I'm saying your energy displeases me in any kind of way, shape, or form, I'm making that conscious choice. That's not saying I'm telling who you are. I don't know
Right,
you.
definitely.
But see, this is the
what
whole
I'm saying?
idea.
Yeah, that's
What
what I
I'm
was.
saying is
That's what I
that-
was meaning by situational awareness.
Right.
Because the
Everybody ain't
situation
aware.
can
Okay.
change
But this is the whole idea.
dramatically from one person to the next person. If you're out, let's say in a club, there are people that specifically target those clubs to draw energy from. There are people that target certain areas in malls, kind of like pickpockets that go to certain areas to pick things off. So I understand again what everybody's saying. It
Yeah.
depends on that situation and where you're at. It's almost like you kind of have to almost experience everything to be on the lookout for what could be the potential threat in that area.
I think I get it. So if you're in a room, this is what you're saying. If you're in a room and there's 100 alligators out there, but
here you go.
90 of them want to eat me, I'm supposed to let them in and let the 10 that don't want to eat me kind of make a shield for me and differentiate? Or do I just close myself off from all of them and stay safe?
Right. That's what I was meaning about the situation.
Stay safe.
Go ahead.
Like, I don't
Talk.
care.
Hold on. Van about to speak.
Time.
Van about to spit some shit that is going to be fucking real. Trust me. He's the best lawyer in the room.
Awareness. Sometimes, even if it's something you're trying to accomplish, it's a good thing. If there's something bad in front of it, you might have to wait it out. Like you were saying about 100 vampires in an area or whatever, 10 of them are good.
Right.
You might have to stand on the outskirts a little bit and figure out, well, I know he's okay. I know that one's all right. I know that one. Again, that's navigating that situation to figure out if that's something that you want to deal with or not.
I got you.
Without actually diving
girl
into it head first.
What you got, baby?
Now, you were saying, like, save yourself from all the alligators.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, if you got to go in a situation where you have to be social, that's all fine and well. And you know what's crazy to me? Like how people are always like, well, you got shot, you should have ducked.
Right.
Or something.
That's dumb.
If somebody,
but sometimes you don't know you better get shot.
Like, okay, like that's fine and well if you have the luxury. A lot of times when people are speaking about all this ducking and dodging and weaving, that means they have the luxury of doing those things. Like even the luxury of picking your classes. I know some parents who would lose their crap if you change your classes up.
Right.
And change your curriculum based off of what they feel like you should be doing. And those are the people that are feeding you, clothing you, making sure you have a roof over your head, your dorm is paid for, your food is paid for. So let you change something and see how far you're going to last. You can say you want to switch it, but you're probably going to sink.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? So you have to kind of comply to what's going on. So it's like, yeah, you could hide from all the alligators, but what about when you got to go grocery shopping? Or what about when you got to meet your wife? How are you going to do these social things and still actually be able to accurately assess who you're dealing with? And I don't believe that if you constantly cut people off, that you'll be able to truly assess who you're dealing with. I'm not saying don't cut them off, but you'll never know the difference. Your emotional education will be staggered because you constantly discontinue interaction with people as soon as they do something to offend you.
But let me jump in here because I'm applying for far.
If you want that,
you could be blocking a blessing at the same time.
That's in the young years. When you get 40, you cut that shit off. Okay, somebody. You get older.
I got a question.
Shit.
I got a
When you're young,
question.
you gotta learn.
I'm gonna let you go.
Let me go.
I'm gonna let you go. But I got a question.
I think Grizz got a comment.
But okay, but this is what all I wanted to say is that we were talking about not letting them in the door, but I can meet people outside.
Indeed.
And that's where I met people. I don't want you to be in my inner circle till I know you belong there.
Okay.
You can always meet people.
Indeed.
If you don't want to meet a man at his house and have him cook dinner, you're going to say, can we have dinner at a public place?
Right.
If you're not sure what you're dealing with, you can always go, let's meet out here at the quad. Let's meet out here at Ranches restaurant. And then you can assess after you've made that meeting. Because my wife wouldn't get in my car the first time she got in my car until I gave her my license.
Yo, kudos, because I drove with him. I understand why.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, bro.
And she said, because if you do anything, I already got your license, so I know who you are.
That's right.
Did it stop me? I was like, oh, she's protected and secure. I like that.
Indeed.
It made me press harder because,
and
guess what? She got out my car that night, turned around and said, oh, by the way, I'm seeing somebody.
Okay. Oh, you ain't shit.
but you know what your boy said. Call me when he fuck up.
There you go.
Right.
Right now.
It ain't gonna last.
Right
That's
now.
what it said.
Did you do
Because
that?
I
Did
felt
You know what?
you do
that's
the
the whole
shit?
idea. Everything we do is based on how we feel
Energy
in that
exchange, man.
instant. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, energy vampires can't paint a different picture.
Oh,
They
they're great
come
painters.
off.
They're painters,
They
though.
come off
Wow.
the same way every time, without fail, no exception. Never change. Never. They don't whitewash
She's
themselves.
like she said, they hone their skills, man.
But
They
I can
they
sense
practice.
it. I can sense it. I can feel it. I've
I'm a
always
big
have,
girl on this
and
one.
I
Comes
have
with
not
time.
been wrong.
But you know what, bro? I'm gonna say this real quick.
Because everything that
It's
people,
sprinkled.
I'm sorry,
What you
I
got,
can
Teddy?
feel them.
But I'm gonna be honestly, I got it like for real, like with a lot of it,
Don't forget
a
your
lot of
question.
it comes with experience as well. You know what I mean? Because sometimes once you've gotten to the point to where you've experienced a certain amount of people, there's a certain amount of things that you already know you're not going to deal with. You know what I mean? So it's just like if you're somebody just figuring people out, it's up to the elders that are in your life to help you navigate certain things. You're still going to do some stupid shit, but it's certain things that elders in your life will help you navigate a little different. But once you've reached the age that a lot of us up here on the panel are, you've already figured it out. You already understand. You already got to the point to where there's certain words, certain trigger words that somebody will say, or certain things that they'll do that you already automatically you're not ready for the rest of the bullshit because you already know this bullshit coming with it.
Right.
And if you listen long enough, you ain't never getting them damn minutes back. That time ain't coming back to you. All of those minutes are now gone that you sat and listened to what you knew was about to be bullshit. And especially after you've listened to enough bullshit. So like I said, it comes with experience. Experience is the best teacher that you could possibly have. You already know who's bullshit.
Indeed.
Best singing line ever.
Indeed. I wouldn't disagree with baby girl.
Yo, you know what? Can I just take 1 second, because this has been an amazing conversation. Because a lot of this, when we have that multi-generational conversation, and we have different ages in the room and different perspectives, everybody gets an idea of where other generations are,
coming from.
and maybe we can take the dirty windshield and spray the windshield washer clean, and we can each learn from a little white.
Absolutely.
Because we're taking off those layers.
But them
Rich, you had a question.
layers,
Rich, what's your
You
we
got
need to
the
learn
question.
too. But my question is, how do you know? This is what I want to ask the panel.
Okay.
How y'all know if y'all not actually the
Energy vampire.
energy vampire?
I stay away from people. That's how I know.
I'll tell
I'm
you.
not.
Like how
I'll
you
tell
know
you. I'll
it's
tell
not
you.
you?
I'll tell you. That's actually real easy to figure out.
Right.
Look in the room.
Wait a minute. You ever been around somebody and you start talking to them, and when you're trying to talk to them or explain something to them, they ignore you?
I do that.
That's
when
time.
it's stupid.
That's
if
time
I hear
to
something
say-
stupid,
Wait a minute. That's
I'm
time-
definitely.
wait
I
a
feel
minute.
like that's anybody on the panel. If you hear something stupid, like I'm ignoring you. So,
But when that happens, that means that person does not need your energy. They're not paying you any mind. They're not
Right.
listening to what you're saying. They're not engaging in anything that you're saying. So in that case, you can be like, well, this is not somewhere I need to be.
And bounce.
And then you roll out. That way you're not wasting their time. They're not wasting yours. An energy vampire or a narcissist, they would continue that. They would press that on. They would stay there. They would force on that. So you would know if you are by those situations. Like I said, knowing your situation. If you're in a room and you're talking to somebody, talking, and they're just, and just letting it go, it's time for you to roll out.
In the same way that a person who is insane is not capable of knowing they're insane, a person who is an energy vampire or a narcissist is not capable of even thinking, processing the idea that they are those things. There is a correlation between the two. It's loose, but it's core.
Yeah.
The correlation is the broken or unwhole ego. A person who is not whole inside manifests
Hold
as
up, wait a
either a
minute.
narcissist to manipulate others.
I didn't talk about ego a lot about it
or
on this
as an energy vampire
podcast.
to absorb
American
other
egos are
people's energy.
big
Listen.
monsters.
And that's beautiful because ego is a tie into a lot of bad behavior.
Absolutely.
Ego is eccentric. That he always preaches ego.
Always.
Absolutely. I mean, it's
The guy with one of the biggest egos I've ever
just
seen
the
on
bravado.
this planet.
But
No.
to answer your question,
I just be right.
Egos are not negative
I
unless
just be
you
right.
make them negative.
I
Bro.
just be right.
If you can have
playing,
an
though.
ego that's great, that you have an
yeah.
ego of great aura.
Turns out,
There's
I
a
love it.
difference.
I would like
Yeah.
to phrase the ego as a different thing. And this might make a little bit of sense when you track back, right? Your ego is your inner child. An inner child who is treated well has a whole ego. That is a person who will manifest healthy. An ego, a person whose inner child has been damaged and is allowed to remain damaged and stays damaged inside, then becomes something that is unhealthy, manifesting as an energy vampire, a narcissist, or various other things, an abuser,
Okay.
etc., etc.
absolutely.
That is a
Mass
damaged,
murderer.
That is a damaged inner child.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So instead of thinking of these things as our inner demons, we need to think of them as our damaged inner children crying out for help
What do we
and
say?
heal them with love instead of fighting.
Yeah.
That's what we say. We dealing with a lot of adults that are actually children.
Suspended.
You know,
And
you're
that's
45,
always-
but you know you're stuck at 12. I'm sorry.
So,
you're
and
acting
I
8
think-
right now.
Right.
I
see
think
it.
this is like a segue to a show we should have. Is how you acknowledge your ego.
I mean,
I think-
that would be my answer to your question.
Yeah, like how you
answer to
acknowledge
your
it.
question is,
Go ahead.
you know, how do I know I'm not the narcissist? Is because of reciprocation and initiation.
No. That was my question.
Yeah, but
Right,
he's
so I
answering
wanna
that.
answer-
Energy,
I wanna answer your question.
vampire.
Right.
It's not narcissist.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm in complete
How did you know you're
understanding.
not sucking the energy
Because
out
of
of room? Because
reciprocation and initiation. Again, when I'm constantly wanting to know what can I do to be a better brother, son, husband, father, friend, cousin, as long as I'm initiating,
I'm
putting forth
energy
the
back
effort,
in
The better
then
man.
I'm
Not
not
to take.
constantly sucking energy out.
I mean,
Because
they
it's
don't
a
completely.
reciprocation.
They don't completely just suck energy. You
So
they don't.
Just
They're
so-
not completely sucking.
Hold on. So hold on, because I'm getting confused.
Now
I'm
we
getting
go into
confused
the definition of a
because the
vampire.
vampires.
Yeah.
Don't stop till
Absorb.
it's done.
Suck
Yeah.
and absorb.
I don't know what the fuck.
And
is that.
That's the confusion because they're not giving nearly enough to the situation, but the manipulation is they do things to make you think.
Again,
they are
making you
engaging.
think. So again, you see how.
No, okay,
Again,
so I'll
I
give
don't
you
know
an
if it's a
example.
generational
I'll give
thing,
you-
but
no, it's
they
not,
do
it's
things
not.
to
It
make
makes
you
somebody
think.
feel
I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
control the way
no,
you
okay,
think.
so
I'll
look,
never
so
be able to do
right.
that.
I'll
So
give you an
again, they always
example.
put the onus on me.
Can I
on the
go
way
to
I
a
didn't
point?
think.
Excuse to be
That's so
manipulated.
unfair.
Can I go? I want to go to one of the most
Yeah,
profound
give an
statements
example.
that was ever made in the history of statements about that. I once heard the Right Reverend Cat Williams say, "Self-esteem is how I feel about myself. So how can I affect your self-esteem when that's how you feel about yourself?" So
It's how you feel what you think of you.
cannot superimpose what you feel about me on me at all. If
Yeah.
I am a confident person and I have an idea of who I am, you cannot project that shit on me. And I don't see how people allow other people to tell them you're not self-confident, you're not self-reliant, you're not this.
No, that's
You
not what
There's
we
a
talking
lot
about
of
right
people
now.
that
Because
don't
it's
have
not- it's not
self-confidence.
That's not what we
dry.
talking about.
It's not.
Right, that's
it's
not
It's
the-
as cut and dry. It's like I was
It's
saying,
cut and dry.
No.
It is.
No, but this is the thing. Like I said, we're conditioned to
Nah.
be
But
socially interactive.
Everything is not just
With people.
conditioned. You have choices.
Not no
in
more.
the
No, you have
conditioning.
choices, but
Our new
we're not.
generation is not. These kids don't know how to socialize, communicate, cooperate.
No, they don't know
build
nothing.
But what I
together.
will
that's
say-
not, that's
It's
not,
fucked
listen,
up.
that's not
Hold on,
what I'm
hold on,
saying.
ladies.
What I'm
Hold on,
saying
ladies. Hold on,
no
ladies.
different.
What I will say, what's happening is communication.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's communication. Communication is what you
Bingo.
believe,
Amen.
what you believe, and what you stand on is what you stand on. So if anyone that's not in that genre say something, it's like, oh well, let me
Yeah, we're
tell
not gonna see the
you,
same.
let me tell you what. Oh, back in my day,
Yeah, that's
we talk about back in
ego.
my
But
day.
you don't learn.
that's
You
ego.
don't learn.
That's ego.
It's what
You
Scott.
don't learn.
It's what Scott.
But you
It's
don't
ego.
learn if
It's
you keep doing
very
that.
ego.
It's ego.
It's very ego.
What, to make a statement that back in my day? What, the back in my
No.
day?
No. The
On
fact
back in-
that the listening part is out. It's quiet. It's quiet.
But
It's
we've done a
literally
good job of
quiet.
listening to each other today and going back and forth. I mean, that's the whole idea. Ego is something where you don't hear anybody else.
And there it is.
And there's an argument to say that older folks don't hear younger folks.
I listen to you, but I don't hear you. I don't process.
that's
I
one-sided.
What did you-
That
I
is
don't
so
need
What did you just say?
Hold up. You know what? Hey, Will,
I
no,
don't-
I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. I know exactly what the problem is.
My bad.
It's not about.
My
Hey, Will,
bad.
hey, Will, it's not about us. It's not about. It's not about us not hearing you.
I just say
Yeah.
he said the ego.
Yeah.
That's when you
Hey,
not.
Will, it's not about us not hearing y'all. The problem is y'all got a problem because we don't agree with it.
That's right.
Here it goes. Like
We
y'all
don't have to.
taking
That's
my
the
point.
Your ego wants me to. Your ego thinks that I'm supposed to agree.
I am totally.
I'm gonna try one more time to
Oh.
bridge. Yeah,
There
I
is
get
You
it.
make it and that's what I
I
want.
get it. Hold
That's
on.
what I love.
We learn. We understand. We're not
We
trapped
ain't
in this. In my day, this was how it was. We're not.
Did
trapped
you just
there.
hear what you just said?
We are listening.
It's like, you're definitely trapped. You literally just said
You
it.
can't. But
No.
that's not my.
I don't have to agree.
But how
So-
am I trapped? How
He
am I
doesn't
trapped?
have to.
So
agree.
I think here's what he's trying to say. I think this is what he's trying to say. This is me trying to bridge the gap again.
Go ahead, Sensei.
Let's just say the older generation has a set pattern of things that has always and consistently worked. If you look at like older machinery and older houses and stuff like that, that stuff stayed there. It's still there. It's strong. It's foundational. It's solid. There's no reason for them to deviate from that. So that's where the older generation is. The younger generation comes in with, let's say, improvements on those older things and says, okay, let's make this better this way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some of those things, not all of them, some of those things are better. Some of those things aren't better. So in the process of trying to figure out, let's just say what's right and what's wrong between this generational gap that's there's not that communication between the older generation and the younger generation to kind of sit down and explain this is why the way we are this way, because we've seen this work, we've seen this happen, we've been here, we've noticed this, the whole thing about history repeating itself, that stuff really does happen. So when the younger generation comes in and tries to tell the older generation something, the older generation is like, no.
I hear you.
You get what I'm saying? They're
Absolutely.
like, no, because regardless of what you're trying to do
This
or
one next to
improve,
me, the younger generation.
this is still the foundation. This is still the basis from what you're trying to maneuver around or get around.
I mean, I hear you.
But in this room right now, we've got 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and no
My bad.
60s.
I'd
I
like-
mean, we don't have 60. What? Hell no, I ain't 60.
I'd like to tie back to something Jerry mentioned before.
Sure.
And I'm going to start with a statement. Damaged people damage damaged people. Jerry, you were blessed. You were able to come up healthy, stay healthy, and be a healthy person. Your core is healthy and radiates. Many
are not.
Did not have that. I had to learn self-love. I am still trying to learn self-love. I have been the victim of energy vampires and of narcissists. And it wasn't until I realized what was happening that I learned how to start spotting it and create those boundaries. I'm a damaged person trying to become healthy. I have been damaged by other damaged persons. And many don't start encountering the tools to make those recognitions and those changes within themselves so that they can stop being that victim.
Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing.
It is possible, but one has to encounter that information to use it.
Indeed. I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I'm super in love with myself. My mother died when I was 9 years old. I never had a father in my life a day. So when those two biological people who were supposed to love me, what do you say, unconditionally, when they left, I knew that I was here by myself. If I was going to get a family, I had to create it myself. So again, that's when, like I said, I understand what you're saying, but that's when the self-love really kicked in. Again, you can do me wrong. You can. But you're only going to do it once.
And then it's over.
You can smack me. You could hurt me. You could steal from me. But you're only going to do it once. And again, like I said with the girl from the classes, yeah, your classes could be all messed up right now. But next semester, you get to pick them. You pick that school. You pick that dorm. You picked. And if you don't want your family to pay for it, you need to get it money, get a job first. So again, I hear all the things you're saying, but you have to start with yourself. And you have to love yourself enough to not be a doormat, because if you lay down and you write welcome on your back, you cannot be mad at everybody for stepping on me. Why'd you step on me? Why'd you step on me? And this is what I hear from the younger generation, not you particularly, but you know, again, when you build all of these houses, I hear them saying the only reason you want to live in a house is because they told you wanted to live in a house. You don't even know you really wanted to live in a house. Like, whoa.
And now
I hear them blaming baby
Lego
boomers.
blocks.
Oh, baby boomers messed up everybody. They didn't do anything good with anything that they were given in it. And it's a lot of blame.
But we all had some horrible childhoods.
But still, brother,
and we can make
that's coming from your experience.
I agree that
that's only coming from your
responsibility-
experience. Now, when we generalize,
but what is your catalyst? Again, my mother dying was my catalyst. I don't want your mama to die, but I just want you to identify what do it take
I appreciate that.
to love yourself. Maybe it takes a woman leaving you. Maybe it takes a woman stealing from you. But whatever it takes, love yourself, fella.
Again, that's situational.
And when you love yourself, nobody's gonna be able to do you wrong, brother.
That. But now let's imagine you sitting in a classroom with people who ain't like you. So you live in a different
Every time
so
I
you
sat
live in
in
you live in a
classroom, they
different.
weren't like me. You know, nobody's like me.
Y'all know me. Ain't
Nobody like you.
No one thinks like
that's a given.
I have been to every coast, and I don't know anybody that
Jerry,
even resembles you.
Jerry would tell you, like, closeness, it's me and him, right? And we don't even think alike. And we don't even think alike.
Y'all have not heard us cut each other out.
It's like we don't even
but we
think
love
alike.
each other.
Look, I'm
But
a
that's
New
an
Yorker.
understanding.
We live all up and down
There's an
the East Coast.
understanding.
vampires
You
of
all
each
both
other's
get
energy.
that.
We're not.
In the end, we grow from each other. Because like I wanted to say, is that I want to get that understanding from the younger generation. I want to get to know what you're thinking, because I have to deal with the younger generation with my job.
Yeah.
I can't do what I do if I'm cut off.
I'd like to put a fine point on something observed about recent generations. And this is an observation.
He said
'Cause
recent.
I'm kind of yeah, right? I'm younger than Van, younger than her, but older than him.
Okay.
Right? I noticed that
It's a lot of
I
math.
think I know this in
Shout out to Douglas.
Shout out Doug.
I am the oldest on this podcast, so because I was
noticed
born
there's-
before Scott.
I noticed there is a lack of differentiation between fault and responsibility. If someone breaks my arm, it is their fault, but it is my responsibility to get that shit fixed.
Right.
Someone damages my mind as a child, it is their fault. But as soon as I become an adult, it is my responsibility to start fixing my mind.
That's it. That's
And,
it.
and I also said this on this podcast.
That was right.
That was it.
This mother.
That was his fault.
Listen, but I said this on this podcast.
That was my
has
fault,
Everything
and
that's
my
had everything to
responsibility.
do with accountability.
I'm sorry
Hold
about
on.
that because I want to make light of it. It's just that I said earlier, if it moves too far forward, I'm gonna miss it. And it
Look,
moved when
he
I got
shitted
up,
on
I
your
moved it too
moment.
far.
That's what he did. He shitted on your moment.
No, because Neil been coming with fire all night. Neil is a quiet fire person.
Hey,
and I
Neil, he
love
shitted
that
on your moment on
because
purpose. I'm letting you know. He said he did not want you to take his shine. It's like,
what the?
But you know what, man?
Y'all niggas.
I gave you claps tonight. I didn't even one boo, nothing. I didn't even give you a bruh. Come
Because
on.
I ain't shit sometimes. But
No, we all ain't shit sometimes. I done got up on this bitch and because I remember the night that I tripped and fell on my own fucking sword with you.
Oh Lord.
That night, oh my gosh. I was like, I can't. I hope you don't lose respect for me, but we just it was that night where a perfect storm came up and we just but the whole idea that we're gentlemen. We know knowledge and we listen to each other and we're able to grow from it.
Yeah.
Because there was a whole moment where we all put on our hoodies.
Oh yeah.
Show.
I remember that.
Yeah.
One. Everybody was out on that one.
There
I
have
was
been
like,
some
oh,
great
shit. Here we
moments
go.
where we have all like left people in the dust. But oh, look who's coming back. Only sober one. No, we all sober, but
your definition is
you know, I don't know. We do not do parting shots here because I feel like if you gave someone something to think about or you gave someone something to go home with and they want to further the conversation with someone else, we were listening to this podcast and we were talking, what do you think? Then we did our job.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
So to sit around here and go, well, I think that for me, you know, I think that's a little much. But the one thing that I want you guys to do as our special guest tonight is I want you to tell them everywhere and everything they can see because I've watched all of their podcasts at different times, not everyone, because we all have life.
Right.
But they will tell you if I see their name pop up on any of my screens, I'm like, okay, I gotta shout them out. They are amazing teachers.
Yeah.
And not just teachers in giving out, spitting out, you know, fat, but really relating to their community, relating to the people that are talking to them. I wish I could do what y'all do. I'm too busy having fun to do what y'all do.
We glad we made it here to do what we doing.
Yeah, but y'all they do such an amazing job from the Love and Abundance to the barbershop to the Shane. I mean, I've watched all of them at different times and I just love their energy, love with their passions, and you're not going to catch them slipping. They are together and they are united and when you see that, when you see what we've built with ourselves, we always will appreciate you and love on you. So please tell everybody where they can see you and how they can get a part of that love.
Oh man, we everywhere social. Mr. He said, Mrs. She said, he said, she said, Love and Abundance. That's Thursdays at 8. We might be changing our day. So look to
Don't go to
introductions. No, we won't be a Monday. We might be changing our day, considering
everybody's scared of Mondays.
But
That's
right
why we
now,
took Mondays.
It's Thursday at 8. Saturday is Cerebral Saturday with Mr. He Said, and on Sunday is Shame Sunday, showing a reflection of shame.
Word.
It is a painful feeling of humiliation
Yeah.
that's caused by the consciousness of wrong and foolish behavior. Many of us don't have that.
Right.
Many of us ain't conscious at all, and we're passing it to our damn children. It's not looking good.
We gotta fix it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
you know, start with us looking in the mirror.
Well, I appreciate everybody. Thank you for having me, bro. You know, it's always a pleasure. Appreciate the perspectives. Thank you for the insight, baby girl. It was super dope talking with you. And, you know, we out here, man. The one thing about us is we're very unapologetic. We stand on our foundation. We are always willing to change with information, with conversation. We will absolutely acquiesce to, you know, changing our mind, changing our position, and continuing a conversation. But we always start from a position. You will not hear it depends.
Not too much of a sway.
Everybody's different
Waffle.
because we are humans. We all started out as humans, and we might be old, but I've been 30. Y'all ain't never been 50. So the proof is in the pudding right here.
I'm grateful to make it here.
Hey,
Like,
Jerry done been
we as
50,
people,
60, 70.
There's a way we should live. It's a reason why you look yourself in the mirror and you like what you see back. It's a reason. It's a way we're supposed to move. It's a way we're supposed to be. You're supposed to be good to everything. You're supposed to be sympathetic, empathetic, and again, give that reciprocity and initiation. As long as you're checking in with somebody and seeing what you can do to make them better, to make yourself better, and as long as you're putting your best foot forward and repeating, I think you cannot be an energy vampire. So thank you for having me, man. Appreciate the topic.
Yeah, coming back, right? Y'all coming back.
Absolutely.
We didn't scare y'all off. We were pretty contained
Nah,
tonight.
cool.
This was a good subject to have y'all in.
Pretty contained.
I ain't saying
I
nothing
mean, we know them
crazy.
well.
All right.
Vampires.
Grizz, tell them where they
That
can
was
find
good.
you.
No joke.
That was good.
Well, y'all know every Wednesday at 8:15, you can find me on the Sophisticated Grizzly, where we talk about any and everything. We talk about relationships. We talk about situations that deal with Black people, situations that deal with people in general. So check us out 8:15 every Wednesday on everywhere you can find your social media, your YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, things of that nature. And come check us out this Wednesday because more than likely we're going to piss somebody off, and you know I don't care.
You got a topic?
You did a good job.
You know your topic yet for Wednesday?
Not yet. But trust me, I'm gonna tell you how I get a lot of my topics. Sometimes I'll write down. I got a book of stuff that I wrote down, and then something will hit me as I'm strolling through the trash that is called Instagram. Like the other day when I talked about alimony.
Nice.
The whole Kevin Costner thing is what got me, bro. The whole Kevin Costner thing. So sometimes I'll have it written down, and then sometimes it'll just come to me, and then I'll just do the research, and then I'll just bring it to the forefront.
Can I tell y'all something real quick before we go? I got my first flag on Facebook today.
What?
I got my first flag.
Oh,
It was for the commercial.
wow.
The commercial.
The commercial.
Oh, the one you just made?
Yeah, for the show. It
You had
said
us on
it
there?
violated
No.
Yeah,
Vampires?
That'll
You
do
gotta
it.
be careful.
Oh,
'Cause
you had
I've
us
been
in
kicked off
there.
of Facebook officially like
You
6
see?
times.
I
and then
have
they won't let
never
you
been
back on.
flagged, but
It was
then-
us. But they don't want us.
Wow.
But you
Oh,
don't know
you're
how
serious.
many
You got
times.
those troublemakers up
Do
there.
you know how many times the glitch in the Matrix happened to us when we were on?
Yeah.
Oh, they
Because
cut
we
us
talk
off a
about
couple
dirty
times.
nipples and crotch stains. So you know
We
we
talking
can
monitors flickering and
yeah.
Oh, that BDSM show.
Going
They almost
dark.
cut the power off.
Oh, the BDSM
Nurses,
show.
nurses, put y'all headphones in, nurses.
Yeah, please put your headphones
Put y'all
in.
headphones in.
Not safe for work. Not safe for work.
Don't be listening like don't.
Like if the Cheerios eating out the butter crack, that whole thing.
No, we did a whole
Customer service reps, put your headphones
episode
in.
about like mutt gang bang.
Mukbang.
Mutt gang bang. and shit.
Mukbang.
Yeah, that is
It was like mutt gang bang.
No, it is no bang bang. It's just mukbang.
Mutt gang bang. I
No,
said
Ain't
that.
nobody no damn muck gangbang. The hell is that?
It was mutt gang bang. I got it.
Okay, so anyway,
They put shit in their
as
mouth.
we say
Nah,
before we leave every time, this is
you said bukkake?
Hey,
being funny.
hey,
You said bukkake?
hey!
I can say words right when I want to. Bukkake.
Hey, Neil, he has to have the right motivation.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
I can say Budokai too.
Thank you for
What that
everybody.
mean? That was fun. Bukkake.
Bukkake.
What does that mean?
Oh, my
Can I use
It means mutt gang bang.
Mukbang, damn it. No damn mukbang, bang, bang.
That's what it means.
What the
I'd
hell
like
is
to
going
thank you guys.
Bukaki gang back.
I gotta look that up.
I'd like to thank everybody for checking out the Grown Man Click podcast.
Just
As we
anime.
say at the end of every show, please, please, please do good. But if you do bad, do really bad so they know you meant it. Good night.